City Lights on Location joins Eddie Murphy, and the film is Trading Places. I've had two really diverse opportunities to watch an audience reaction to Trading Places. I got to sit in a theater in Toronto, Canada, watch a Canadian audience be wildly enthusiastic about the movie, What You Do in It with Dan Aykroyd and company. Then I got to watch the film again in New York City with a very different kind of audience, not just in terms of nationality, but what the audience brings with them for a movie. Then I understand there was a sneak in Chicago. How many of those, Eddie, did you experience or sit through?
Last night was the first time I'd seen the film, and I think that the audience in Chicago was a paying audience. I mean, in Toronto was a paying audience, right? See, last night was a selected crowd. Although the screening went well, the crowds aren't as vocal because they come and they're like, we've been selected, so we're going to be like hip. And they watch the movie like this, and instead of going, ha ha, they go, ha ha. So, but both screenings I hear went real well. I was real pleased with what I saw last night.
I thought they both went well too, but it may be national pride. But I thought that the sneak in Toronto really was the best of the two I had participated in. Of course, they paid. They were there for a reason. They knew what they were going to see and had a distinct expectation. And I think you're right about last night. A lot of people were invited, and the attitude is, I defy you to be as wonderful as we all expect you to be.
Exactly.
If you were doing one of your creations right now on Saturday Night Live and Raheem Abdul Mohammed came out.
You almost got it right.
How does it go?
I like it when white guys try to say, and Rahman Jing 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 Jam. They always get it wrong. It's like almost,
correct.
It's Raheem. You had the M off.
Raheem.
You got it.
Abdul Mohammed.
Yeah.
What might his critical reaction be to
I knew
Trading
he was going to
Places?
say that. He would, Raheem, I'm not going to go into the character, but he would like it. Raheem is just anything, it's pro-black, anything that has anything to do with blacks in it, Raheem would be for it. I don't want to do the character. It's early. I just woke up, okay?
All right. Let me point out something else. When you were in principal photography on Trading Places and working with your friend Dan Aykroyd, when you realized that Ralph Bellamy, a veteran of stage, screen, and television, had done 99 films, and Don Amici, with his distinguished career, had done 49. There was a comment that between the three of us, we have now done 150 films. I just wonder, as the artist who's had the immediate acclaim to his work, I mean, I can go back to when you were 15 and working in those clubs and getting attention. Were you aware of what Don Amici and Ralph Bellamy meant to film and theater?
I did not know who Don Amici and Ralph Bellamy were, and they probably didn't know who I was until we met on the film. I'd heard their names before, but I didn't know who they were. And it's funny around the set because like old ladies were coming up going, I want Don Amici, I want him. But I didn't know who they were, and I wasn't familiar with their work. But now it's like I go look at their stuff, and I go, look at Ralph and Don when they were young, and it's like I can get into them. But I don't think any of us knew each other. I mean, Amici and Bellamy probably knew of each other. They hadn't worked together, but I don't think they were familiar with my work. I can't see Ralph Bellamy sitting around going, I love it when he does buckwheat.
You know, right now, across North America, a lot of newspapers and media situations are having trading places contests. Film critics are saying, you want to trade a place with me for a day, you can be a film critic and I'll do whatever you do, only in your professional life. And it made me think, watching Trading Places, in terms of history, all of history, if you could trade places, who are some of the people you might consider trading places with?
In all of history?
In history.
I don't know. There's a rock star I'd like to trade places with for one day. It's a guy named Prince. You ever hear Prince? He's like the ultimate in music. Just for one day, though. Just to be a rock star for a day. That's it. I don't want to be anybody else.
Your mother, Lillian, has said a lot of extraordinary things about her middle son of 3.
Wait, you know my mama.
No, but I know mothers. We all have the same situation.
All mothers are the same.
I say that to you because your mother said, with her own sense of humor, which has been made note of, that as far as she was concerned, humor, and in particular your genius for humor, was probably inherited and not nurtured
Well, my mother drinks. You know. No, my father had a real great sense of the Murphy family. Have always been like the guys with the lives of the party, big mouths and yay, that party can start now. That's my family.
Is it difficult for your two brothers? I know one brother's in the Navy. Your youngest brother is a student. I just think I have no concept of what life is like for you. I mean, you're busy moving, and you say the only thing in my life right now that is not plastic are my friends.
And my family.
And of course, your family. But your brothers, I mean, to be Eddie Murphy's brother at this point, it may be easier for your brother who's in the Navy than it is for your brother who's the student.
My little brother gets some hassle sometimes because I give him things. I gave him a little car, and he's like 16, and the other kids don't understand and want to slice the tires up. I don't think it's fair. So, there's a little, you know, and some kids are like, wow, you're Eddie Murphy's brother, and some kids are like, you think he cool because he's Eddie Murphy's brother, but he deals with it. He's a cool little guy.
You know, even before 48 Hours hit movie screens, Paramount Pictures seemed to know they had something unique in you. And there were a lot of industry reports about a 10-picture deal, artistic freedom, artistic input, if not control. Am I exaggerating? But
it's not a 10-picture. It's a misprint because everyone thinks it's a 10-picture deal. I owe Paramount one film, and I have a 2-year producing deal with Paramount, and it's not. I'm not exclusive to them.
In terms of
so I guess they don't think I'm as great as you guys think, huh?
Oh, I think that they'll just sit there and watch the grosses on Trading Places the way they did on 48 Hours, and it could move to 10 pictures, Eddie.
Oh, we'll see.
When you said about NBC and in terms of talking to them that there were a lot of things you want to do that you can't do on TV, can I believe that the things you want to do can be done on film as opposed to a concert stage or a recording?
Well, I have more freedom than anything when I'm on the stage doing stand-up comedy. Because when you do a film, there's lots of times with Landis, I would say, can I do so-and-so? And he'd go, no. You're not in charge. So it's like, I have freedom to do whatever I want on the stage.
What happens? Trading Places is a fait accompli. It's available to moviegoers. What's next on the lineup immediately?
Well, there are no immediate plans. I'm on vacation now, and I'm writing a couple of things. And there are a couple of things that have been offered to me, but I'm waiting for the right thing.
All right. I will wait until a future meeting to find out more. I enjoyed meeting you.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Same here. All
okay.
right.
City Lights on Location with Eddie Murphy.